right, happy Monday. How's it going, everybody? Stubbs here with Retro Handhelds, hanging out with us. Limited crew today. We got Rob, Retro Tech Dad.
Hey, everyone.
No band today. He actually injured his back carrying an Ayaneo coon down a flight of stairs. And we have our special guest today, ScatteredBrain, goes by Josh. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Josh.
You have just some awesome videos on your channel, and I want to highlight that later in the show. But today we're going to be, if you have any questions for Josh or his channel, feel free to leave them in live chat, and we'll be getting to those later on in the show today. We say this every week. We attempt to not just be packed full of news, but there are some things we really do need to talk about today. But what we do have today is a bunch of unboxings. So, I mean, it's just, yeah, it never stops. Not only this, but also ScatteredBrain there has one of those special limited edition RP minis, the production error unit. We call it the Half-Life edition. So he hasn't touched an RP mini before, and so we're going to see his live reaction to that, and we'll see what the color looks like a little bit better on camera. So we'll look at that. Also, some big reveals today. We got a lot more info on the Odin Portal, and also TrimUI Brick has some new colors. So without further ado, let's get into some nonsense. Oh yeah, and I have some GKD bubbles, so we'll take a look at that.
Oh, I'm curious
what do you guys?
To see your impressions on that one?
Yeah, me too. We'll see. Yeah, I'm excited to see. It didn't ship with an SD card, and so I apparently this for review, and it's you pick your own adventure here. So they sent me stock now, so I'm going to choose between that and Plum. We'll see. What games has everyone been playing this week? Josh, how about you?
I've actually restarted playing Diablo 4 recently. I know it's not on a handheld, but playing Diablo 4. I really want to get through the main campaign so I can get through the expansion, the Vessel of Hatred. I'm like a huge Diablo 2 fan.
Yeah,
I hated Diablo 3, and then Diablo 4 came out, and I didn't really like it too much because they had like all the season pass stuff, and I'm like, this isn't the Diablo that I know and love. But you know what? I'm kind of liking it now. I'm having fun with Diablo 4.
Diablo 4 is one that I own, but would you believe it or not, I have not played it yet. It's in the library, but it looks really cool. So, and I know that there's some new DLC, so that sounds good. And Ban brought up a good point in chat too. Yes, we are going to announce the winner today for the... So much to talk about every show. Ghoulie Kit, King Kong 3 Max there, and the SNES dock.
Like this one.
Yeah, we looked at that last week, so we'll announce the winner today. And okay, Rob, how about you, man? What have you been playing this week?
I think you know my answer. You know, I've been doing my thing, tinkering a lot.
Yeah, but you just released a gameplay showcase, like your favorite Android games, and then some Switch games. Like,
oh, it's just
there's
so many good games.
Testing.
Well, I mean, last week I mentioned Hot Lap League, which I've been playing quite a bit of because it's easy to pick up and play, and I don't have to think about it too much at night. And the developers actually liked my post on Twitter, so I was kind of excited about that.
I saw that. That
was kind of cool.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah. But I'm cooking stuff. I'm doing things. I'm we got Win Later going here on the mini, so yeah. But
it's so. I tried Win Later on there too, and it's so teeny tiny. Is it? Can you see it?
Magnifying glasses.
Okay. But it's
okay.
cool. Like
just hold up something to it.
But you do it. You do it because you can, right? So it's good.
Oh, you should.
I'm curious to see what you can do.
You should get that thing that they made for the Game Boy, where it's like the magnifying.
Yeah, they should start selling some accessories for the mini. It'd be great.
That little like light that clamps on over the top.
Yeah, we'll do the worm light. We'll do everything. Why not?
Oh, worm light.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Rob, I have you to thank and also be upset with that I did buy nearly all of your recommends from your Android RP mini video.
That's awesome.
Hot Lap League.
Hot Lap League is great. It's a good one.
Oddmar
is so good. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a number there that I haven't played them all yet, but I did play Hot Lap League, and it is very satisfying. It reminds me kind of like Hot Wheels, but a little different.
It's like Trackmania. It has got crazy tracks and the loops and time trial mechanics and all that. So it's just a lot of fun. It's a really chill game. I like it, and the graphics are amazing for Android, so it's just nice looking.
And Retro City Rampage, I picked that one up too.
That's a lot of people don't know that has an Android port. Like that's the funny thing, you know. It's kind of tucked away somewhere in the Play Store, and Google sucks at making you know, anyone aware of these games on there. It's just a shame. There's just no awareness on all these games that are out there, and
I know,
and they're actually starting to get more and more indie stuff coming out there. You know, like Palacho's on there, Halls of Torment. Like, there's just so much stuff.
They really push the gotcha games and all the
I know,
you know, those loot games. So these quality all-in-one games get pushed to the back a little bit, and this is where some of the magic is really for Android, like these full experiences. So Oceanhorn right here.
Oceanhorn's great. Yeah,
so good.
That's an oldie, but it's a great one. I think a lot of people just don't know about it. You know, it was very popular for a bit and then kind of disappeared, but still a great game that still works very well. You know,
and there's a follow-up, right?
Yes, which it's not on the Play Store. It probably will never be, just because it was Apple Arcade at first. So you know, it's just unfortunately.
Oh well. All right. Very good. Well,
how about you, Stubbs?
yeah. All right. Let's get to me. Okay. Listen. So I told you about my recumbent bike, right? My adventure with that. So I was pedaling. I beat Halls of Torment, so I was stoked on that. I've moved on now to like other Vampire Survivor clones. I've been just trying them all out, basically. I've been trying some recommends from Derek's video too. And I haven't really settled on my next big game yet, but what have I been playing? Oh man. I mean, we haven't been playing Borderlands 3 this week. I'm kind of like hopping in between and testing just a bunch of games on my MSI Claw, of course, and my RP Mini. Oh man, I should have come prepared for this.
You're the one that asked the question.
I know. No, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I know. Stubbs, that MSI Claw. There I am.
I know, that's the thing. It's like, it's weird. Like you always ask me that question, and I'm like thinking to myself, like,
I always have something prepared. I know. I'm you this week. It is a blur. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with the Vampire Survivor clone genre because I played a bunch of those. I'm still trying to find like my favorite one. Halls of Torment right now is winning. 20 Minutes Till Dawn is another good one.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are really solid.
And they're all sort of the same idea here. It's an automated, you know, weapon. You're just walking around and you're collecting gold level ups and getting baddies. And it's just if you find ones with a satisfying loop. So I've been doing this while trying to get fit again. And I have the under the desk treadmill here in this room here. And I was doing that today. And I just had like my Ghoulie kit and I was playing with this one, the Max 3. And I want to talk about that more, but
it'd be cool if you could tie up your leveling up, you know, and progression with how fast
you're going,
or some way of like,
I know
you hit 1 mile, so now you get a chance to upgrade a weapon, right? Like that would be so cool.
Yeah, I was playing Dawn of Sorrow, Castlevania, the new Dominus collection on Steam.
Cool, nice
choice. So they did some like there's new achievements in there. There's some quality of life improvements over the DS experience, and so I played that today, and also, hey Zoo, how's it going? Also, the Tomb Raider remaster, like Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3, those remasters, those are really tough games, and the controls have not aged well.
No. Like I even talked about it in my Switch video. I featured that game, and I'm like, you really got to be a big fan of the classic Tomb Raider games, because even though they tweaked a little bit of the controls for the modern controls, it's still just hard to play.
Yeah, you really have to love the puzzles, love the storyline.
Yeah.
I immediately locked my butler in the freezer. So in the new remaster version, your butler solidifies into an ice block afterwards. And I ran and showed my wife, and I'm like, look what I did. Look at it. Look.
She's probably like, I don't care.
I've been doing this since 1996. And that was fun. So yeah, just dabbling a little bit right now.
It's fun to dabble, though, you know. It's fun to dabble. I like doing that.
Yeah. And then games of the month, of course. So I'm still slowly iterating, making my way through Kudelka. and I tried to play Fatal Frame, which I've beat in the past, but it's a horrifying, scary PS2 game, and it gives me the jitters to play it now, like at nighttime in bed on my Steam Deck. It's spooky. I'm a wimp now, Rob. Rob, how you doing?
Tired.
Yeah,
It's Monday.
yeah.
Mondays are rough.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's shake each other awake today. Let's just.
I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to
I'm
hang out.
Man, I'm getting there. My muscles are all tense.
Oh, my muscles are always sore. There's nothing new.
Some salt bath after. Thought I had a good little soaky poo. All right, let's talk about the news, guys. Let's dig into it. So what do we got going on today? We have so the Anbernic RG Cube XX pre-orders start tonight at 3 a.m. Pacific, 6 a.m. Eastern. I will say this once again: don't stay up for that. Wake up tomorrow morning. It'll still be there. There is no reason to lose sleep over this. However, I've heard this is a really cool system. It's a really cool device. I am still waiting on mine to ship. This is the longest I think it's taken. I think my order landed somewhere on the dark side of the moon. So, Rob, I know yours and mine are. I think we're in the same LA warehouse somewhere. Yeah. So I think we should do a buddy comedy road trip, podcast road trip. Go get our CubeXXs because Ban keeps singing its praises, and he's all in the corner like this broken back, like, haha, you guys can't.
From what he's told me about the D-pad, I'm really excited because I didn't care for the D-pad that much on the Cube, and I really like the Arc D-pad, and Dan says it's more like the Arc D-pad, so I'm like, oh, I'm really excited to get my hands on this thing.
Okay, all right. Well, it looks similar to the GKD Bubble, so we'll see if that's
I gotta say though, the black and the white aesthetic, how clean that looks it just looks so nice.
It does.
Those are nice colors. Like
Dan says he's currently playing Forever Red on his CubeXX. There he is.
I saw his time in Celeste too, and he's just trying to make us all look bad.
He is. He taught me how to beat the game. Dude, I know what game I freaking played this week. I beat Celeste on Pico 8 for the first time. That's right. Oh, it took me 30 minutes, which apparently is a really, really bad time for that game. But I got there with the help of save states.
It's okay, we forgive you.
And Ban taught me how to get through some of the tougher stages. And I forgot I did that. I did that on the freaking Anbernic SP 35XX SP.
Oh, the one that you claimed was broken.
Yeah. Well, so it was it was a skill issue in the end because I'm like, no, like this, I can't have a defective unit. I tried on 3 different XXs, SPs. All 3 of them had the same issue. I'm like, it's got to be me. And so I just kept practicing and like pivoting differently. I'm like, okay, I figured it out. And now I can beat the game on the worst handheld for my thumb. So not the SP's fault. It's a skill issue.
That's the game that I hope to eventually play through more. I feel like I only do Pico 8 games as like a test, and then I don't get farther, but I should, because the Celeste port looks awesome.
It's really good. It's so different from the full indie version. It's just a very different experience, but I actually prefer it because it's so simple, and you can beat the game in one sitting. It gets near impossible, but you can do it. And once you do it, it's like, oh, you start to memorize, the jumps, and you're like, okay, we got this.
Hearing that you can do it in 30 minutes, like, sold. Like, short games, love it.
That's how you can do it terribly. You can do it in 4 minutes if you're Ban. So
4 minutes.
That's.
I wonder what the world record is on it.
That's impressive.
Probably Ban has it. I don't know. He's pretty good. We'll see. But yeah, Josh, do you have the CubeXX in yet?
I don't. It should eventually show up, but I haven't gotten a tracking number, so it'll just appear one day.
It'll be here when it's here, and yeah, mine too. I'm hoping it shows up tomorrow. And at this point, I think I'm just going to wait for custom firmware because I know that there's progress happening. And so might just do like a video showing off some of that. And you know what else, guys? The new controller, that Anbernic RG P01.
Which oddly enough,
you have it? Oh,
it came today. I got all excited. I was like, oh yeah, the XX is here. And I'm like, wait, no, this is a controller.
Wow, looks great.
It's actually really pretty nice. I mean, I haven't tested it. I have it on my desk here. I want to pair it to a device, but
yeah,
I like this colorway though. I like the what's that lotion that you like, Stubbs?
The Vino lotion, yeah, the 28XX
lotion,
colorway. Yeah,
looks
look
like
at
a
that.
Johnson
Dude.
baby nighttime lotion too.
So freaking good, so good. All right,
Yeah, it's surprisingly nice. I'm excited to test this one out. Yeah.
And so Todd released a video today on our channel, and he actually got, I think, the first video out on the controller, but he really enjoyed it. He said there's no cardinal snapping, and also there's Hall sticks, and it has a 2.4 dongle you can plug in. It's Bluetooth and it's wired. So there's Todd. And Todd's new to our channel. This is his first long form video with us, so you actually see his face. Yeah, he's over from the TikTok world. He's been doing these reviews for quite a while now, and he's really stoked on this controller. So he's like, "Hey, let's get this video going." Yep, let's do it. So he was stoked to share that today, and it looks like a solid effort from Anbernic. Although, you know, it does definitely heavily take inspiration, I'll say, from the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, it looks like, and also it looks similar to an 8BitDo or a Gamesir. And so what makes it special, stand out on its own to where you'd want to buy this?
RGB.
It does have RGB.
Yeah,
but
I was looking through like the sheet that they always provide, you know, the typical Anbernic sheet, and yeah, it has lots of different settings and options and different methods of connecting. So it's pretty interesting, you know.
Seems pretty universal though. Like
yeah.
Android, iOS, Switch,
yep,
PC. So I mean, you got your bases covered with this thing.
And it comes with a dongle as well. You know, our favorite.
It does come with the dongle, a very long dongle, in fact.
Very, very long dongle. Yeah.
I saw that Anbernic posted a video today of like them showing that you could plug the dongle into one of your handhelds, and it just looks ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd like them to shorten.
We went back 10 years.
Dongles. Yeah. It's not my favorite, but you know, Todd's hyped on it, and he thinks it will be $40 USD, which would be a killer price point for what it is. I think
that would be a fair price. Yeah.
Then I don't
think it should be more than that.
And you know, if you're big into Anbernic stuff and like you want to collect everything, like this is definitely something to take a look at. And so, but I haven't gotten hands on with it yet, so I don't know how I feel yet. But yeah. It looks potentially pretty cool. I know Todd's review, people really enjoyed that. So take a look. It's on our channel. Take a look at Rob's probably impressions right now. Rob, anything else you wanted to say?
No, nothing yet, because I haven't actually used it with a game yet. So, but it does feel really nice. I was pretty impressed with the finishing, and just it looks a lot better in person too. I think the marketing looks a little off. It makes it look cheaper than what it appears to be.
It actually feels.
It feels pretty nice. Yeah.
Okay.
I was pretty surprised. And also, I got to say, who's collecting Anbernic stuff?
Well, there's the growing population of people who just want to be on the monthly subscription service that has yet to.
That's what they should do.
I'm just wondering, because
what they might as well do.
Chat's wondering the same thing, and that was what I was thinking too when you said that. I was like, who's collecting Anbernic?
Well, I am for one, but they also come for review, so I don't remember anything to say about that. I don't know. There's dozens of us, I have to imagine.
I mean, I probably have most of their stuff, so I guess I am a.
There's people. Collector. I see people in the Discord who are like, I don't care. I'm gonna get the next release. I'm gonna get the next one. I'm gonna collect all the H700s, you know. And so it's like, if you're that person, might as well have the matching controller.
But it's like that's an obtainable thing if they didn't release things so fast. Like,
right.
There aren't these generational leaps. It's just like slight, tiny changes, and it's like. Like, what's this one again? What's the difference in this one? It's like they kind of just all blend in now, which I feel like they used to stand out as pretty unique devices, but now it's just
I know. Yeah, and so, you know, but this one might be, they might have made something really cool. I don't know yet either. It's not.
Yeah, I'm excited to try this one for sure.
Yeah. Me too. And if you're interested, of course, we'll hear more about the controller anytime now. But if you're interested in picking up the XX, it is available tonight or tomorrow morning. Links are in our description. And I think it goes for $67 to start. Is that right? And then it goes up. Or I get that backwards.
Let's see. It looks like $70 retail. Then
$70 retail.
Okay, so what is that? $63 then initially?
It says 60 to start.
60s. Oh, 60. Yeah, see, that's not bad at all.
Hey, math ain't mathing there.
Yeah, it's too early in the week for math, guys. So if you're interested, check Retro Gamecore's review as well. He has a deep dive already on it and really goes over everything. So the D-pad apparently is really nice on it. And
well, I don't know. Aish and Ben are arguing about it in the chat.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Well,
we're calling each other liars. So
so one's a liar, one's a shill.
I just say we ban and just
yeah, ban. Add a little ban. Yeah, I suppose so. I guess so. No, we can't. He's not here. We can't talk. We can't talk trash.
He's in the chat though.
He is here in spirit. That's right.
That's good.
We love you, Ban. Feel better, man. Just cuddle up with a good handheld tonight, and yeah, there you go.
Not bad,
put some AI webcams in your eyes and just make a night of it. So yeah, if you're interested, pick it up. It's not perfect either, though. It's from what I've heard, and so definitely check out all the reviews and material you can before making your choice. But it is an option, and we'll see. We'll see what else. Also, speaking of, I wanted to say this real quick too. I meant to say this at the beginning, but last week we had a segment about mean comments, negative comments, and also wholesome comments. It actually, people weren't so stoked on that. So people really weren't so stoked. I wanted to just talk on that real quick. Just that, to me, it seemed like a lighthearted thing to do. And yeah, we were poking some fun at the comments for sure, but it wasn't meant to be. So we're sorry if we upset anybody with that. We'll probably skip on that from now on and just highlight more of the positive, wholesome comments, because we get lots of those too. But some of those mean ones are just kind of funny sometimes too. It's like thinking like you remember that Jimmy Kimmel mean tweets segment he had on his show years ago?
Which is hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. That was sort of like
I get it though. It's tough. We're still like, we're always trying things out
and I think people thought that we felt uncomfortable, maybe that we were upset by the comments, when it's like, yeah, I think you feel some of that when you first get those sometimes, but they were just funny to me, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna share these because it just made me laugh. Like, they're so sometimes out of left field. It's like, wait, what?
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I noticed at least live in chat, everyone really liked it. So it's tough. It's hard to gauge how.
It's hard to tell what people. Yeah. What will work on the show and whatnot. But we have fun. We're not a huge show yet. By any means, and so we still get to experiment, and that's a lot of fun for us to see what works, what doesn't. Okay, so
I don't know if you noticed, Stubbs, but CPG's in chat. They
Ooh, ZPG, yes. Yeah, we have Rex, right? I think Rex was going to watch.
Yeah, I'm assuming Rex, because it just says Z Pocket Game, so I'm assuming it's
Rex. Hello, sir. Yeah, so and that's, I think, Lao Zhang, Z Pocket Game. Clamshell's hard to make. We don't have enough funds. Yeah, and so we're going to take a look at the latest GKD, the Bubble, here in a few minutes. But before we get to that, TrimUI Brick. Should we look at the new colors? Yes. Okay.
That purple. Oh, that purple.
Yes.
And the red too. Honestly, looks great.
I haven't seen these yet.
Oh,
the title of the video.
What is this? Gamma's random handheld showcase. Yeah, and so the Gamma Squeeze here is showing off. He got his dev unit of the TrimUI Brick, and
yeah, I mean, he's like the only person who has it in the flesh, I think, right now.
It's the only video, I believe, besides marketing material. And
those lights are pretty cool.
I like the lights in the shoulder buttons. It's a really interesting touch.
The ones in the front are a little bit weird, but I like the ones on the back. That feels like very subtle.
Very cyberpunk type of handheld.
I think he was the one that I pre-ordered.
I think he was saying over there it's metal in the back, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Shem was asking about that on Twitter today. And the lights on the back, really, it's a nice little touch. I know we don't need these RGB lightings that's showing up on all these devices now, but it is a kind of a cool little touch.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing though. Like, I noticed on the front, and actually someone just mentioned it in chat, the light bleed that's coming through the D-pad
from the light bleed
from the RGB. Yeah. So I'd be curious to take it apart and see if that can be fixed pretty easily, like just by blocking out that light, or just something to make them aware of.
Like, I would just turn the ones off in the front They just feel unnecessary.
I feel like it's distracting. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
It's just got a nice aesthetic, though.
It does.
Really.
It's like an
Very
analog.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes, there.
Yeah, it
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah,
a lot of people have said that too. They're like, "Is this a new analog pocket?" It's like, why do we care? I'm like, no. This
You
looks
care
like
because it's like a third of the price.
but it's like $60 or $70, right? So it's
yeah.
It looks pretty neat. And there's 4 different colorways now. So there's the black, the white, and there's also now a red and a indigo or a purple. I can't tell.
Yeah, there's I guess I'd be purple indigo.
It
is a darker purple,
super
though.
slick.
And then the red also is very sharp looking too, which I like a lot.
I actually really like the red, but I mean that indigo, man, it's
nice.
so good.
That's nice.
And so this is going to have your tried and true, TrimUI software. You can get cross mix going on here soon. They are going to work on it, and it has the same D-pad it looks like, and face buttons and general buttons, but in a vertical form factor with some cool shoulder buttons in the back that are slightly bumped up for L2 and R2. And so it's just engineered very aesthetically pleasing to me, like very pleasing to my eyes. What do you guys think?
I think it looks great.
I think it looks great too.
I mean, we said it looks kind of like the analog, and I feel like the analog is just the perfect designed device. Like, it just looks the best.
Right.
You can see the inspiration from it, which is good to see.
And it's exciting because, I mean, you know that this is going to probably be under $100. I mean, so it's just, and probably even keep going down. I mean, look at the Smart Pro. I mean, it started out at what, $70, $80, and now you can get it $50 or so. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Right. Yeah. So it's, yeah, I like the green. I like the green on the black unit.
I have a feeling we're going to see some that are actually going to buy every color. I don't know why. It seems like something.
I think that's me. I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just they all look so good. It's just hard to pick, actually.
And Shem from Retrobreeze was saying that too. He was saying,
yeah,
I think
this is a Shem device for sure.
He's like, I think I have to buy all 4 colors. I'm like, all right, man.
Well, I mean, think about it. You could almost buy all 4 colors for about the price of one analog pocket. So it's tempting.
Yeah, it really is. And so this one, if you want to know more about it, we do have information on our website, and so you'll check that out in our description under the RH Weekly, and and we have a whole write up about it to learn more. Let me pull this up here. I'm trying to see where all we can pre-order right now. I believe.
Is it a Go Game Geek? I believe has it.
I believe we just have the Go Game Geek right now. Yeah.
I think they're the only ones right now.
Yeah, and so we should see an official listing soon enough on AliExpress. A bunch of AliExpress shops, but Go Game Geek should be your best bet. And if you're gonna do that, we do have a 15% off coupon. It's RH15, so that at least brings that price down for you. You are going to get usually a curated SD card, or you can go with no SD card as well. And you can also get the extra level of customer service. So Go Game Geek has been super solid as far as resellers go.
Chad is saying NXT is another one, Mech DIY, and these are all
of those.
Are all great. Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Did I actually list that? I got to add it to the description here. Anyways, cool. So yeah, if you're interested in this one, check it out. I'm not sure if I'm going to get all 4 colors, but I definitely think I want red and indigo.
It's hard because I want the indigo, but I also like just how clean that white or black looks. It's so nice.
I pre-ordered the white, but after seeing that video, I kind of want the black one, but I kind of want the indigo one, but also the red one looks cool.
See, black. My apprehension about black always is fingerprints, if it shows up or not. So I need to get a little more indication whether or not that's the case, But other than that, yeah, I mean, it just looks so clean. It looks so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have it in here. Okay, it's just under our Go Game Geek general link. It's on the homepage there.
Retrospect has said that they're going to order from
one from each vendor. See which one has the best.
One color from each vendor.
Fastest. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So there's a few of those main ones, and so that's where you're going to see it now. let's see. Let's talk about my dudes. The AYN Odin Portal. We've gotten a bunch of information since last week where this launched during our podcast. So we're like, oh no, stop the presses, the breaking news. It's crazy. So since then, we found out that they are launching at the starting price of $299, which is really nice to see. They did announce it was
actually very surprised by that.
Right?
Very surprised by that, yeah.
It was going to be a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, and we reported on that. Since then, now they've said they're going to up that to an 8,000 milliamp hour battery in this bad boy. You're getting a 7-inch OLED screen, all the nice sticks and buttons you get from your other Odin products at a pretty decent price point, especially if you're getting that super early bird. So it starts $299 if you're okay with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, $379 for the Pro for 12 gigs, 512s internal storage, and $479 if you want that max 16 gigs, 1 terabyte. And you don't even need an SD card for that one. So if you're going to get the max, you're probably set for storage.
Yeah. I don't, like, I think the max one is overkill. I don't think the 16 gigs of RAM is really needed, honestly.
We didn't need it. We didn't need it on the Mini.
No.
We didn't need it on the original Odin 2.
And that's what helps. I think that, if you're really undecided, just go look at Odin 2 and Odin 2 Mini content and see whether or not it was an issue,
Rob, do you see Ban's comment?
Yeah, I saw
Wednesday,
that.
Apparently.
I
really?
think Nicole said it was the Indiegogo.
The Indiegogo. That is. Yep. That is in the description. So that is this Wednesday.
I don't know how long the campaign's going to last for, but yeah.
Yeah, and the super early bird is pretty much get it while you can. Those usually go quick. This actually is a campaign you probably want to hop on as soon as those pre-orders go up because things go really quick. And so Indiegogo, traditionally, you are not guaranteed to get anything when you buy it on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. So just realize that you're backing something. However, they have never failed me, at least, or anyone that I've heard about and getting this. So Indiegogo tends to be generally pretty trusted these days.
Crazy.
It's a pretty solid price for what you're getting. 7 inches, 120 hertz panel, 1920 by 1080.
Yeah, I think I called that. What did I say last week?
Wi-Fi 7.
So this is nice. This is a good price.
Well, I mean, retail pricing is going to land closer to that, right? I think.
I was going to ask, have they ever actually, like, even when it goes live, like on their website, once the early bird stuff is gone, I feel like they kind of stick to those early bird prices, or at least close to it. I feel like those retail prices might seem a little excessive, but maybe, I could be wrong. I just don't know how
It does feel like they do that, right? It's like retail price, and then they try to it's on sale, but it's like always on sale.
It's always not a bad
thing. That's what I mean. I feel like that price in the middle, that early bird one, is probably where it's going to land. The super early bird is definitely come back. But
you know what though? I think retail pricing does end up there, but on Amazon, I think that's going to be the Amazon price.
Yeah, that makes sense though, because of all the cut from Amazon and all that. That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And people are mixed on this one, guys. Some people are saying, "Hey, this is a really ugly design, but it has everything that it needs to just be the best thing ever." While others are like, "Oh, it's sleek. You get a glass front. It looks like an RP5. It has that sleek design language. It's different for sure, but I don't have any final judgment calls yet on the design until I actually feel this thing, because
I like the purple too.
I like purple. Yeah. Oh, the colors. That's right. New colors were announced since last week too. So now we have
is awesome.
That indigo purple.
Oh man, that indigo.
So sexy.
And the white looks great too. Again, these are very clean colors. They don't offend much. Just they're very simple.
Josh, are you stoked on this one?
I'm pretty excited for it, but I don't know if I like the indigo as much as you guys do. I feel like the gray buttons are maybe
wait. You were telling me before the show started you were an RP5 GameCube stan.
Yeah, because that one looks great. The buttons look awesome. They fit in really well.
I really wish we had a GameCube color in this.
We
need GameCube in this. We need that. It needs to happen.
That you can go on Etsy after the fact. I'm sure that Sakura is going to be carrying, GameCube buttons to make this into an RP5, basically. So, I don't know. Every color is indigo.
The other hand, that was
I'll call it purple. What do you want me to call it? What's the official name?
I don't know what is what are they calling it?
Retrospect, you got to come on the podcast. We got to talk this out.
We should show a palette of different purples.
Yeah, some swatches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Home Depot while I'm fixing my toilet and get some swatches. Oh, did I not tell you, Rob?
Did you get yourself a Home Depot sponsorship?
No, not yet. No, my son.
Oh yeah.
I tell you this. We got him like a kid's digital camera. It's really cool. He's been having a lot of fun with it for months, taking lots of pictures and videos. Like, this is your cherished memories. He flushed it down the toilet yesterday.
Well, that's what he thinks about those memories.
And like, he didn't mean to. He dropped it, but then he flushed after he was done. And like, where'd this camera go? You were just holding it. And he's like, oh, it went down the toilet. Okay. We tried a few more times. It's in there. It's gone. And now the whole situation's backed up. It's not good. We have to replace the whole.
No pun intended, huh?
The whole thing. So we're just gonna. So while I'm at Home Depot getting a new toilet and plumbing and all that, I'm going to be. What was I doing, Rob?
Getting some color swatches.
Some swatches, yeah, some in purple swatches, so I can figure out what is the real indigo, because that looks indigo to my eyes, guys.
I think I would agree that's the GameCube indigo, right?
Yeah, very, very beautiful metallic looking version of it.
Also, like, are these actual
metal?
photos, or are these like
these are these got to be renders? Yeah,
and
so I feel like it's hard to judge.
It's hard to judge because in every render and angle I've seen it, it's completely different looking.
What's going to happen is the indigo is going to be purple in person.
Right. Okay. All right. Then I'll eat my words. We'll have these color wars. You know.
Oh, lots of colors.
So many.
Lots of issues with colors.
Yeah. So, all right. Odin 2 looks pretty sweet. Goes live this Wednesday on Indiegogo. Stay tuned for the exact timing of that. And we'll get into it when it's time. Don't you worry. I also was finishing up my my Odin 2 mini video. I'm still wrapping up my very, very delayed review on that. So I think it'll be cool to compare all three of them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You guys want to talk about some e-waste of the week?
I've seen some of this stuff over the week. I know what's coming.
So the beloved Data Frog of Data Frog fame, the SF2000, Rob's favorite handheld of 2023, they apparently have made a follow-up called the SF3000, but there is hot debate over whether this is actually produced by the same company or if it's just somebody making something called an SF3000 to capitalize, because who's going to stop them? You know, we don't know if this is good. It looks a little ridiculous because look at this. You have you have a top joystick on the right side of the handheld with the face buttons down below, but like the Y is touching the analog stick.
And then the D-pad, and there's so much wrong here.
I thought it was like a cute homage to the Odin 2 Mini or to the PS Vita, and the more I look at it, the more I'm concerned. It's also apparently a power bank. So,
wait, but doesn't this thing have like a 3,000 milliamp hour battery or something around that range?
Something good enough to charge other devices.
What kind of battery bank is that?
I don't know, man. But it's $30 though. So I mean, this is V90 level pricing. This is R36S level pricing, and it plays up to PS1.
Oh wait, no, you did do it.
I already bought one.
Yeah,
here's the thing: is that I already bought one because I'm too curious. I know that it was my fault about the SF2000. I take some responsibility for that, but people love that device. There's a group, Rob. So
I'm not doubting that for sure.
They have
I see how cherished that handheld is over there in that
so
channel.
I was excited to share with them, and I said, "Hey, look at this thing!" And they're not sure if it's made by Data Frog, and so nobody knows anything yet. I will let you know though. I might make a video or just share it on the podcast, but I'm scared, and it might be okay. We'll see.
That handheld just looks like an abomination. I can't even believe it exists.
I love the. I can't get over the right analog stick.
Yeah,
I can't get over the placement of that.
Kind of looks like it was like AI generated. Like it doesn't look like it's real at all.
Oh, like that E5 that I so lovingly adore.
Well. Hey, you know what else appears out of thin air though? The freaking GKD Bubble. It's appeared out of thin air in my mailbox today.
Like that box.
So
Very cool.
we have a red one and a black one in. I'm going to send the black one to Ban, who's going to be doing a video with that and an article. But I'm going to keep the red one and do a video here shortly on it. But let's take a quick look and just unbox and get some initial just button impressions. It didn't ship with an SD card like I was saying, and so I think I'm going to put Plum OS on here. I'll take a look at stock. But apparently,
I heard that is it the stock not in English, I believe.
That might be the case. Rex was sending it to me earlier, and so I might go straight to Plum. Look at that. Let me get my life together, Rob. 1 second.
Digital Jedi says they released an English
Ooh,
update.
There's an English update today. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Well,
very awesome.
I need to fix my camera, Rob. So 1 second. Let's skip to. Do you guys want to talk about? Let's hop ahead and look at the RP Mini real quick, and then we'll do the GKD. So, okay, Retroid had a little oopsie. They said, we're sorry, but we sent out the first batch of the orange units, which should have a white front glass here. They have the gray front instead. And while some were rightly upset and saying, no, I wanted get the one that I paid for with the white front. Other people are saying, well, hold on. This is what it actually used to be, the first iteration of this device, and that's awesome looking. It looks like a Half-Life edition. It's limited now. How do I get one of these? See,
once you said it was a limited edition, then suddenly everybody wanted it. They didn't want to send it back.
I see people like, I'll trade you this, I'll trade you that. Like, send me your messed up Retroid. And so Retroid then said, hey, we want to make this right for people who are upset. And so they said, hey, you can return and exchange it for a white orange unit free of charge, or you can keep it and get a $15 refund. Might as well take your $15 refund, especially if you're keeping it. So contact sales@goretroid.com if you have any issues with that. But otherwise, people more so are positive about this. I really was expecting a lot more blowback from this than what occurred. And the Half-Life
First
version,
of all, I'm wondering if you were in charge of the color selection process when going through QC.
Me?
Yeah. I mean, I know you struggle with colors sometimes, so.
Well, it's not. I'm not like colorblind or anything. It's just that, it's just.
I do wonder how this happened, though. How did it just shift?
This isn't something that, they just didn't realize. This is it just came on. They didn't have to turn the device on to know that it's wrong. How could somebody just, whoever is, looking at these things, they weren't just like, this seems off. This doesn't look like the mock-up.
Hey, this is not white.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's funny because in that lighting, I don't think it looks great, but in Russ's lighting and his pictures on Twitter, it's outside. And the sunlight makes it look pretty cool looking. So I don't know. I think it's just going to be a personal preference thing. It doesn't ultimately matter a whole bunch, but if you wanted that aesthetic right there, the white front, you
don't get that.
It happens. But they fixed it now, which is the good news. And so they're like, oh, oops, all right. And so, other people are wondering, hey, why wasn't there someone in the factory checking QC, checking for this stuff?
It looks like Rex was saying, possibly third-party, contractors that they don't see the final process. It just gets sent out, and it's interesting that it happened. I mean, I know I wasn't worried about it because I knew that Retroid would be right on top of it in terms of response and just doing right by those that got the wrong color and doing something there. So it's crazy that it happened. Though. I still don't understand it, but it's just
And you guys.
I like both colors, honestly. I actually think the gray is kind of cool, and the white looks sharp too. So they it's a happy accident.
I ended up with the SFC in the end, so I'm okay with that. But
my Saturn shipped. I'm excited. It should be here Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. All right.
Hopefully, it doesn't come with a gray front.
Hopefully not. That'd be a little.
I'm
strange.
disappointed though because I like this aesthetic. I feel like I really like my Ayaneo slide, and I got the white orange model, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a perfect match, and it's not going to be a perfect match because I got the wrong one now.
And the hard part is that it's not just a simple thing of we could just swap the front shell out. It's a full entire glass front, so it's tricky. That's why they have to kind of do the full exchange basically.
Well, I'd love to see what this thing looks like on camera though, because I've seen a whole bunch of pictures now, and I'd love to see it like in the flesh a little bit. And so, Josh, would you want to? I hear you have it. Would you want to show us real quick?
Yes.
Yeah. And let's take a look.
While you're doing that, I'm going to leave and come back because I need to fix my situation. Yes, everybody, enjoy a quick look with Josh here, and I'll see you in a second.
So I so far only took it out of the box to make sure that they did ship me the right color, and they did. So see, it's right on the package, right? It's white and orange. Also like that there's mini on the box. Here it is.
It already looks so cool just peeking through the bag.
Honestly. Does it? I guess in person it actually doesn't look so terrible. I don't know. I'm curious what other people think because I don't think I really like this very much. Even the orange is like not as bright, vivid orange. It's a little bit muted.
I wonder if that's because of the contrasting with the gray, whereas the white brings out the color more. It's like a visual trick,
It could be. I mean, on the camera, it actually looks way more orange than it does in person.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I wonder what it looks like from this one. It's a little bit blurry, but I feel like this is actually a better representation of what it looks like.
Okay.
Like here, it's a little bit more contrasty. But yeah, this is it. I'm excited to play around with it either way, even though it's the wrong color.
Yeah, it's been a really fun device to play around with. I've really been enjoying mine, and I'm actually excited to get the Saturn colorway in. I'm
looking forward to the GameCube one. That's the one I'm most excited for.
Oh, for the RP5, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. That's the one I ordered myself. I'm pretty excited to get that. I really wish they made a GameCube colorway of the Mini as well.
I'm surprised they didn't.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't understand that. Like a 4.3 handheld that plays GameCube pretty well. Like that would have been just that would have been so nice. And I know a couple of us have been wanting that GameCube colorway, so it's just
Well, maybe they'll do like a second wave of it or something like that.
They might just do like some limited edition ones or something like that. It would be funny if they sold the one that you have as like a special edition though. Like they go back.
All the ones that get returned, that'll be a limited edition.
Yes. I think that's why some people are holding on to it because they think it's gonna be like this rare color, variant, whatever it's gonna be.
I mean, if people like it, I mean that is a cool thing to do. Is like just start making it now. Might as well.
It's a great way to get those units that come back in and at least not lose out on that, just kind of to cover their costs on that. So
right, they must sense. They're not going to just toss them, right? They'll do something. So that does make sense. And I wonder how many, like when they realized that this was an issue, how many did not ship at that point? So they might have a whole warehouse full of these Half-Life editions.
Well, it's interesting because I think they were done with that color. They were moving on to the next color in the wave of the process, I believe. So they might have fulfilled all of the colors that way. I'm not entirely sure though. So I can't. Yeah. So yeah, it would be interesting to see how they handle that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. I guess that means that now if you do return it and want the white and orange, the correct one, does that mean like you're just at the end of the line now, and you're going to be the last one to get it when you were the first one to get it?
I think they're almost done going through all the colors that they need to ship, which is really nice. So they moved pretty quickly with this. They moved on the correct timeline. You know, they didn't really fall too far behind the schedule, which is it's good. You know, they're getting much better about that as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty rare actually to be on time with these handheld estimations.
Yeah. Someone in chat was saying to have a GameCube version, the right analog stick has the yellow analog cap, and I love that little touch that they did on that. Very nostalgic.
Totally.
So, I missed all the excitement. So, is it close?
Oh, you want to see it again?
Well, I don't have to. I mean, I'm a little curious. Maybe flash it in front of the camera really quick. I'm so curious. I got my camera fixed though, so I'm happy about that. Okay, you know what? That doesn't look bad at all.
I don't really like it very much.
It's
Josh is not impressed.
Josh is not impressed.
No, he's not impressed.
It looks better than the pictures I've been seeing. I'll say that. But
some have been awful looking.
Do you like the feel of the ergonomics? Like, do you like the plastic?
I do. I think it actually feels like a really good device. I just wish it was the right color. Like, I love the the single panel of glass. Like, give me like that bezel-less design that looks great.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it had like these front speakers like that. That's an awesome choice. There's so many great things about it. It's just not the color that I want.
Are your face buttons grindy at all? I've seen that complaint too, where it's like it's not a.
They feel okay. Yeah, they
so
feel fine.
So the thing is, they're not really like I don't feel it grinding. It's just
like
more. It's just clacky. It's very thunky.
Yeah, I do notice mine are clacky. I do notice the clackiness,
especially depending on what you're playing. You're like, wow, that's a bit loud. Hopefully, I don't wake anybody up.
If you're playing in bed in silence in the room, I'm like, okay, this is louder than I'd like.
Yeah.
Okay, so Josh? So what are you going to do then? Are you going to get your $15? Are you going to replace it with the?
I feel conflicted. I mean, I have the device. I don't want to give it up right now. I want to get the video out there and get my thoughts out there about it.
Right.
But I really wanted the one to match the Ayaneo slide that I have. Like, that's really the only reason I got it.
You have the slide with the orange and white. Oh,
I love that aesthetic. I thought it was a really great design choice from Ayaneo, and it looks really nice. And this is going to be like the mini version of it. It was going to look really cool, a really cool thumbnable. But
yeah, it's funny because I talked like in my review video of the mini, I said it had very much Ayaneo like vibes, and I actually brought in one of my Ayaneo devices. Just same curves, the same just aesthetic. It was very similar.
Well, and
did a nice job with it.
And you guys saw too that the Aya 3 was announced today, right? So we don't know anything about that yet. So I figured no point really talking about or even speculating.
It's just a teaser. That's it. Just a name.
Teaser. We don't have images or anything to talk about there. Also, the Ayaneo Kun has an 8840U variant that is up for order now too. That's going to cost you, $900 plus. I think $1,000 plus.
So is it actually live? Because I remember I got the email and I clicked on the link, and you couldn't order it. It was
wait, you can't?
Great. I don't know.
They have two spots that they have on their website and on Indiegogo, right?
This is direct from their website though, because I got the email and I clicked on the link, and then it was just like you couldn't add it to your cart.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure though, because I was.
Do you know how many times I've come close to pulling the trigger on
I was so close, and then I watched Russ's video and I messaged him and I said, dude, you saved me $1,000. Thank you for making his video like a year ago or something.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not like something like, oh yeah, let me just quickly check out. Like it's something.
No, this is like research. This is not something you impulsively decide on. It's like, I think I like the bigger screens lately for the old eyeballs, but
so I'm on their website right now and
you can't.
I can't order.
Try the Indiegogo. So they have
something. Only certain models are available. Like the lowest spec one, like 16512, is not available. But if you play with some of them, the 32 gigabyte, 2 terabyte silver.
Wait, what?
Rob, look! It says
wait a second.
Rob,
what is happening here?
Rob,
how is this possible?
Okay. So you can only do specific configurations.
Wait, but my website looks different than the one that that Sony's got up on screen.
You have that new AI virus, Rob. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just different combinations are available for some reason. I don't know why that would be.
Only specific. You have to make your combinations specific. I noticed that too, though. I was like, oh, these are all out of stock. Oh, wait.
A 32 gigabyte, 2 terabyte black feather. Okay, let me go see.
You can get your black feather 2 terabyte, 32 gigs for $1,300. It's just too much.
Okay, so that's the only one. That one is legitimately. Yeah, I see it now. You can add that to your cart. Yeah.
If I ever plunge down this rabbit hole of sort of that next tier of handhelds, which I have not yet pierced the $1,000 mark yet. If I ever do that, I probably would get this from Best Buy because you can return it if you're investing $1,000.
I agree with that.
You know, I don't know. I mean,
and also like the 7040U versus 8840U, it's like, I'd rather have the peace of mind going through Best Buy and go with that chipset.
But the Best Buy listing only has the lowest spec version, so it's going to be cheapest.
That's okay. That's okay.
But you're not going to get your extra fanciness. You can't get the other colorways. I really like the white unit, for instance. It looks like a 1X Fly, but a giant one, like the 1X Fly's dad or something. So
this is the only Ayaneo. Like I've been on the Ayaneo train for a while. Just I get almost all of them because they're all so nice. And this one, I just
quite a few of them as well.
Not even close to ordering it. It's just way too expensive. I don't even like the touchpads on a Steam Deck. Why am I going to like these touchpads on this one? Like I'm never going to use that feature. So
anytime
don't need it.
Anytime a handheld approaches like the cost of your mortgage, your rent, you know, it's really like, think about what are we doing here. But if you save up for this, and this is gonna be like your one handheld, I can see. I mean, it's like a laptop investment basically. I mean, this is if this is gonna be your one device, one and done. Look at that though. I mean, it looks gorgeous, so good, so gorgeous.
Do you like those triggers though? I feel like
I do.
There's something about that. It's like just makes it
fun.
More.
My slide looks like that. That's how my slide looks because I got the Antec version.
Oh.
That nice blue.
Hey guys, I tangented off really hard from.
You have a ribbon.
Mini. We have a ribbon. 3DPS. What is wrong with Stubbs? Nobody knows. It's hard to say.
He's had a long day. Okay.
I was running on it.
Flushed the camera down the toilet.
He flushed the camera down the dang toilet. Love him, but it was we're gonna have to deal with that, I suppose. That's not all though. You guys want to look at the GKD Bubble? Because that's the other thing I was about to say. Okay.
Yeah.
I got everything working now.
I do want to see.
Let's unbox this thing. No more unboxing. It's going to be the unboxing stream. Give me a second. All right. We got two bubbles here. Get your bubbles here. So GKD ZPG sent this over for review. You're going to get our thoughts soon. We're not going to turn this on today. Just going to, because there's no SD card. So, ooh. Look at that red. So this is reminiscent of the Game Gear, and it's a RK3566. We're going to have a RK3566 Best of 2024 stream in December where we vote and decide, what's the ultimate RK3566 of 2024. And this is one of the contenders. I really like the face buttons. They're a little clackety, but I like that mushy rubber membrane feel. And it definitely does have that aesthetic of the Game Gear.
Are the ABXY, are they concave and convex? Is that what I'm saying?
Let's see. They are, yeah. Well, slightly. They are slightly. Let me get enhanced.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. There we go. We got it.
That's nice.
So you do get some concave AB, XY, convex.
Which is cool because on the Game Gear, it is that way.
Gifted, ZPG says, gifted 10 retro handhelds memberships. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. Super chat. Thank you. I like the resistance on L2 and R2. Look at this. So I really like that resistance there. And this reminds me of the ZPG A1 Unicorn very much. Very springy. I do like that this is more pocketable. So you've really recessed switch sticks here. I like that. And then the D-pad is the highlight here. Look at this D-pad. Look at that pivot. Rob, you're going to like this one. This is definitely like the RG Arc style. Up top, Looks like micro SD card up top, mini, micro HDMI out. Where's the speakers? 2 down-firing speakers, volume up and down on the bottom. That's funny. So volume up and down on the bottom. USB-C down below and another micro SD card slot. It is the Bubble. And again, since I don't have an OS installed yet, it's just going to boot up and say, which I think is this button on the left. That's the power button. It's just going to say, hey, give me an operating system.
The nod to
little
the Game Gear logo as well on the left.
On the top left. Isn't that cool?
I love that.
So nothing else in the packaging other than some instructions. Looks like you do get English as well. And there's a number of custom firmwares in the works for this. Not only are you going to see MinUI, Newly, a lot of those classic 3566 operating systems, but you do have Plum OS, you have the stock software. And I'm sure I'm forgetting one right now. Rocknex. And then here, this really is the Game Gear looking one. Look at this.
Oh, that one looks sleek. I like that.
Right?
Oh, the black is nice.
Yeah, right. So the plastic is like it's like a colder, gritty kind of plastic is the best way I can describe it. It looks nice on the black. I like that. But actually, my one thing about the red so far as hardware goes, is that it does feel and look a little bit more toy-like, I would say, with the way the plastic looks on the red. But it's the exact same plastic on the black. It's just on the black, gives you that immediate Game Gear feeling.
Super nice. Yeah.
Right? And so this one, I think I actually like the black one more of the two. But Ban called dibs in this, and so I'm going to send it to Ban, because you know what? The dude's laid up. Like, the only thing that can make him happy is handhelds, so it'll fix him up. But yeah, and so I think this is a interesting prospect here. If you're interested in this, we do have a link in our description. It will take you to an AliExpress shop. We're going to be seeing this as well on Go Game Geek. So stay tuned for that. $70 here with no SD card, or if you want an SD card with, I think stock is going to be on there with some ROMs. So you've got 32 gig option for $81 and a 256 for $88. I'm sorry, it comes with 32 gig and 256. So you get two. You get the OS card and the ROMs card. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Wow.
Yeah, that looks nice. I'm interested in it now.
So
I have to get one to complement my Game Gear.
You got it, man. You've got to. So far, it feels, in general, it feels premium quality overall. I like how pocketable it is. Look how thin that it is. Let me get my lights a little bit more there. There you go. That's a better. You can see this a little easier. Minimal bezels here. I'm trying to see the bezels. Actually, let's turn it back on.
Looks like the bezels are a little bit bigger, but I feel like it fits the aesthetic really well.
So yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to see the
bezels,
you want to see the OG Game Gear, I'll show it to you.
If we pull up the original Game Gear, I think it's trying to emulate that anyways, right?
Yeah,
wow. Look at that.
Bezels all day.
we forget how bezels used to be.
Like,
we're all complaining about bezels these days, and look at what we used to deal with. Look at this.
This thing is ridiculous.
Monstrous.
That's why I need to get the bubble to compare it in size wise. Like it's just crazy. Like, but I'll tell you, the D-pad on the Game Gear is pretty awesome. It's very, very nostalgic to me.
Oh man, yeah. And it looks like ZPG gifted 20 memberships. Well, we appreciate the handhelds for you. We're gonna be taking a deeper look at this. The team, I'm gonna be sending these around to the team. You'll get our full thoughts on them. And we'll see if this is a contender. 3566 chipsets devices are still going strong right now. There's a lot of great ones. Some of the highlights are going to be like the RGB 30. And I mean, there are just so many to talk about. And so this is coming in towards the end of that chipset's a lifespan. I would say we're going to see probably new chips next year start to make the cut. But then again, we still see 3326 devices here in 2024. And so we might be still early days for this, in which case, either way,
I feel like the 3566 is going to become kind of the standard of the sub $50 market at some point, and kind of replace the 3266 as well as those Fama clones and all that stuff.
I like the weight though too. Oh, the nice weight. I can't wait to play games in this. Okay, so after this stream, I think I'm gonna load Plum OS and start playing around, because I want to boot this up and actually start playing some Genesis. And playing some Game Gear. Let's see how much.
Yeah, don't load any Nintendo on that thing.
No Nintendo. It would be sacrilege to put Nintendo games on here. 226 grams. Oh yeah. 227 grams. That's right, Ban. I get to keep the one that's 0.1 grams lighter. So now who's the sucker? And compared to one other thing I want to do, guys. Here's my unicorn with the case on. By the way,
that purple.
I couldn't let the purple go. I'm very happy though that we're not getting the micro switch clicks on here. It's like these face buttons make me very happy, and the sticks make me very happy. And the shoulders are very satisfying for inline shoulders. But I think it's the same D-pad. Yeah, look at that. It definitely is the same D-pad. Which I'm a fan of that
awesome.
D-pad. Yeah,
The purple is really nice. It's beautiful.
So cool. If you're interested, we will see. And I know Russ has a review out as well, so check his out. All right, what do we got next on the old list today? Oh, Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo. Yep. So let's get the boogie music on. There we go.
Love it. Can't make it up.
All right, listen. Nintendo has been on a tear in 2024. They took down some of the most popular Switch emulators. We don't have Ryujinx anymore. We don't have Sudachi. We don't have Yuzu. But Nintendo themselves apparently were caught using emulators in their own stuff, which they have every right to do, right? I mean, what do you guys think about this?
I have a lot of thoughts on this.
Yes, Josh, go for it.
Yeah, I want to hear Josh's
do it, man.
thoughts.
I want to hear Josh's thoughts.
Same.
On one hand, it's ironic, right? Like, they're emulating, and they all over their websites and all their terms of services, they straight up call out that emulation is illegal, and yet they're doing it. But obviously they own the property of this. So I do think there's nothing wrong with them doing this kind of stuff and emulating it. But it kind of feels like, I don't know, like they're cheating. Like they must have millions of Super Nintendos that they could have pulled out. They have the Switch, which has its own Super Nintendo emulator on it. They have the Super Nintendo Mini, right? They have so many iterations of things that they could have used instead, but they're using Windows for some reason. Like that's the part that I think is kind of weird.
Do we know what emulator they're using on Windows for this? Stubbs, do we know which emulator they're using, or is it just they just got caught on a Windows PC? Let's see this video. This is hilarious.
Yeah, let's watch. I don't actually know yet. So Chris here tagged Bob Wolf on Twitter, and he's saying
it kind of looks like it would be a custom emulator. Like if you look for a quick second, you can see kind of like that pause screen.
Yeah, Andrew's saying no indication of what emulator it is.
Okay, just that you can tell, like, hey, this is definitely some form of emulation. So they're just using it in their display booth, it looks like.
Okay.
Because I think what you hear in the video is like you hear like the Windows USB plug and unplug noise Like that's how you know it's Windows.
Oops.
Oh no. Okay.
TechDweeb says it's Yuzu.
Oh no.
Okay, so yeah. So Retro Funtech, like Kim saying that you can hear the USB connect sound. So yeah, that's plus obviously that whole menu there is obviously not part of the actual Super Nintendo version or anything like that. So there's some giveaways that it's being emulated, obviously.
So recently, the video here surfaced on Twitter suggesting that a Windows machine running an emulator is powering games at the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto, Japan. That is actually the headline there for that. So the museum in Japan, they want to show off some Nintendo games, and they're actually using some sort of emulation happening because, of course, you have Windows, right? So is it running RetroArch? What is going on here? And that is just kind of funny. So it's not really.
Well, yeah, especially because they have a whole entry on I think the Australian website or even other versions of their website where the emulation's bad for you, and if you partake in it, it's like killing your firstborn and all that.
Yeah, and they're coming at us with all that, and then here they are doing this stuff. Not only that, but like in Japan of all places,
right,
because in Japan,
which they're very strict about.
They're very strict there with this stuff. And so it's just, it's very funny. And it's kind of like. It just
shows you why emulation is important. Preservation.
Even
they're using themselves.
Even Nintendo recognizes it, but they don't want to lose the monies. And so, all right, fair game. And Nintendo didn't feel any embarrassment from this.
I guess thinking, I could be totally wrong about this, but this looks like a official Super Nintendo controller, but it must be USB on the other end because you could disconnect the wire. So does that mean that they made a custom Super Nintendo, Super Famicom controller for this specific use case? Like they went out of their way for this controller and they couldn't not use Windows?
Nintendo, come on.
It's kind of baffling.
It is baffling because, it's Nintendo. They should have access to their own hardware. And on top of it, they also have the SNES Mini that they released. So there's many different things that they could have done. But SNES Mini's emulation as well. So it's like, it's just funny because it's like a double standard. They're against emulation, but then they use emulation. So it's like...
I guess they're allowed to break their own rules.
I suppose so. So are we. And so we'd like to celebrate 3DS emulation today by talking about an emulator that we are going to be trying out. And it's called the Panda 3DS emulator, and it's now has an Android build up.
I downloaded it the other day. It seemed kind of rough to me, but I haven't spent enough time with it yet.
So it's not like Lime 3DS good yet.
No, and even Lime 3DS is not perfect either. It has its own set of issues as well, but what's cool about Lime 3DS is that you could just get it straight from the Play Store, though, which is kind of awesome. I wonder how long that's going to last.
Well, hopefully we see that soon for Panda, and we get that there too. Panda has been around for a while, but it's only on Windows, Mac, and Linux so far. So I have seen the name, but the Android build is nice to see. And are they in their own development fork? Are they working off of? Are they their own clean code, from the ground up sort of thing, or are they a fork?
I forget what. Is it? I think Lime is the one that's a fork, right?
Lime's. I know Lime's
Citra, right?
Citra, yeah. Lime's a fork, but is this its own thing? Because if so, even with Jank included, that's pretty cool. It means we might see some real optimization and changes here.
Yeah, it's not a fork, so it is its own thing, which is awesome.
Okay, all right, there we go.
As long as the main thing is, it's okay if it's a fork, as long as the code doesn't infringe on any of Nintendo's copyrights or patents or whatever they have. So that's the main thing.
Todd says almost everyone is probably a fork.
What about
we're
a spork?
All forks.
Spork?
Yeah, we're all sporks here.
I missed it. They don't hand those out at Taco Bell anymore.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. It's a shame.
Oh no, Michael Benny says I said 3DO emulation. Oh no, yeah, 3DO emulation though, that's fun. We don't talk about that enough. Not a lot of people are interested.
I think I talked about 3DO one time in a video, and the people were actually excited about it.
Really? So there is
some comments. People were like, "Oh yeah."
I like 3DO. I never had one growing up. I don't have nostalgia for it, but I do appreciate the library. I appreciate Captain Quasar and God, what's that that RPG
Best
that's on
version
there?
of Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. That's right. The first one was really
it had
good
a
on
really
there.
good Street Fighter port. Like, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff on 3DO. It's an interesting platform for sure.
I want to feel like an actual 3DO controller. I've never experienced that. I've seen it in the local retro store, like in behind a glass display, and it looks like a kind of like an alien spacecraft. But yeah, I wish it would have taken off.
I think the price really killed it. It hurt it significantly.
And Guardian Beard Eyes are in chat talking about Doom. Yeah, I know the Doom port for 3DO was not great, right? Each Doom's a little bit different.
Which is cool too. I mean, I miss those days where you had like actual slight differences between different versions. You know, like the Super Nintendo version was different than the Genesis version. It was kind of fun to kind of compare and contrast them. We don't get that much anymore nowadays. Kind of sad.
We really don't. We just get like sort of the three big ones.
Mm-hmm. They all generally run the same, so it's like, yeah.
I know. It's not as much fun these days to talk about consoles. For instance, we were going to have a topic today to talk about the new Xbox Series X, but then we're like, yeah, did they released a new refrigerator box? It plays games. It comes in white now, and there's a 2 terabyte option, and it's a little bit better internal build process. So I have a Series X from 2020. I don't use it a ton. I love Game Pass though, and I use it on everything but the Series X, it seems like.
Have you seen the inside of it though? How like they just left the disk drive space just empty?
No. Pretty funny. They could have made it a little smaller, but I mean, I guess
they could have put like a little teaser in there or something, like an Easter egg or
right?
something, you know.
Well, I suppose that if you leave empty space, it's better circulation for air, which is good. But I don't know. That is.
Silly. I wonder if you could add a disk drive to it though.
Maybe you could.
I'm gonna put an HD DVD drive in there.
Oh
yeah.
HD DVD. Wow.
Take you back a little bit.
Yeah. I remember the HD DVD versus Blu-ray war.
Oh yeah. That was a big deal. Yeah.
I'm glad I chose the right one.
You weren't purple, so you just went Blu-ray.
Yeah, because I had a PlayStation 3, so that had Blu-ray, so there wasn't even like a choice for me because the Xbox 360 had the HD DVD drive that you could get.
It did,
so
yeah.
Not even a choice for me, which worked out.
Yeah, it's like that's also was fun back in the day too. Like they don't have that much anymore. Now it's just everything's pretty much digital. So
I still buy movies actually. I have like a massive Blu-ray 4K movie library. I've got like I think over 700 movies that I own physically. It's kind of a problem.
Really?
Well, there's something to be said about physical media. Plus, also the quality will still be the best in terms of over anything you get over streaming. You know,
there's no comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. If we ever lose, the power grid, or you're on an island somewhere.
Wait, hold on. If he loses power, then how is he going to power the Blu-ray player?
Hook it up to like a hamster wheel and just
battery
to Stubbs' treadmill.
Battery packs.
Yeah, there you go.
Treadmill or solar power. Rob. Now, what if the sun dies? Because then we're actually screwed.
I think that we got real serious problems at that point.
Right, we got bigger problems.
I think the movies don't matter. The games don't matter. We won't even be able to play them. We won't be here.
Yeah, but in the interim, moments before, like, what are you gonna use your last few moments doing?
Oh.
Like, which game are you going to play? Or are you going to say...
Great question.
Will
I even be thinking about games?
I would hope so. Yeah. I would hope so.
I just pictured Stubbs on that thing.
Oh, no. Well, I don't mean to start any existential crises today. So here's Zoo eating a pickle. As a background.
Little
uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable is the word I'm looking
really,
for.
Really up close. Yeah, so we have that. Well, you know what else we have though? It's time for dun 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 dun. XPlode. Like the heat death of the universe. We have the mobile game controller from XPlode. Now, this is another take on what like the Mimo has been doing and Easy SMX, and this is sort of a variation, a clone of that design, but they made some changes here. Not only the face buttons, and if you look at the ad on Amazon for this, they have a transparent purple version of this controller coming, which looks really cool. I was like, if you're going to send one of these for review, it sounds good. I'll take a look, but I'd love that purple. And it said not on sale till next month. And so wait for the purple, but this is going to be the white. And so let's just take a quick look what we got here. I've already reviewed the Easy SMX M15, which I believe this is the same core.
So is it just a
build
rebadge or some kind of thing going on there?
And yeah, but I don't know if it's a rebadge of that controller. More, it's like there's
that's super similar
common one that's making the rounds. That a bunch of companies are. It's like game console, right? Like there's different names for that. Check this out. Cool. Check this out. Yeah, look at that purple.
That purple is cool. I am such a stan for purple.
Is it because of the Game Boy for you? Is that what draws you to the?
I think that's what. Purple? I think that's probably where subconsciously it all ties back to, is that atomic purple.
Yeah, same for me.
Right.
It's such a cool color.
So I think it is this controller. This is the M15.
See, I much prefer the look of that. I think the all white is much nicer.
I don't know though. So this one had I wasn't a huge fan of like the half micro switch, half rubber membrane hybrid. I've been seeing this hybrid situation lately with these face buttons, and it's just, I don't know, not my favorite style. And so I haven't been a huge fan. So I'm hoping there's some differences here with this one. This one has 1,000 hertz high return rate, Hall effect triggers, multiple vibrations, wired and wireless connection, which is cool to see. It's called the XP01, up to 36 watts of charging power. I'm guessing they mean this is going to have. Okay. Hold on, taking a look at the specs here.
So I never picked up the.
What do you mean by that? Well, I really love the Easy SMX, the M05 for my Duo, man. It doesn't get better than that for me.
I believe there's a
pass-through charging or what?
Tablet version of the other one, right?
The Mimo, right?
Oh, it's the Mimo, okay.
Which I haven't used the Mimo before. So this one extends to 7 inches. So it's not going to fit your like 8-inch tablets, but it might
like an iPad mini.
Maybe an iPad mini on here. Okay, so this is the same. Okay, yep, this is that same.
It really does look almost identical.
The button colors are all over the place, though. Gray analog, Super Nintendo buttons, a white D-pad.
It's whatever you want. It's whatever you want.
They went to the parts bin.
I really like the colorization on this personally. Like, I do like that part of it. And the shoulders are fine. Like, those are pretty solid. You have the joysticks feel good. You get some Hall sticks there, but the D-pad, it's clicky, but it's not crazy great pivot to me so far. This is the where'd I put it? It is this controller. I think this is the M15. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the M15.
Yeah, so this is like an OEM type of thing.
It's an OEM thing.
Yeah, they're badging it.
M15, yeah. So it's a rebadge of this, but what moves the needle for me is the purple, the transparent purple. So if you like this controller, because they don't offer fun colors for this one. So if you want, let's get that up on the screen there.
Yeah, that purple one looks so much better. I feel like what really throws me off is it's Super Nintendo buttons, but the A and B match and the X and Y match Xbox style. Like, that really bothers me.
You're having a crisis over
it. Yeah, different aesthetics going on here.
Like, I'm more okay with it on the purple because it's at least kind of Xbox-ish.
On the purple, it's Xbox-ish.
Yeah,
I really like
the wrong colors.
I really like that purple. I am just personally, this is personal preference. I'm not a fan of the micro switch rubber membrane hybrid here. I think it's just like a micro switch that's really heavily, it's like just a heavy. I don't know how to describe this. We need game tech talk.
Yeah, I want to get the Mimo S3 because they have a tablet version that I would be interested in. But like, I haven't pulled the trigger because I know you were kind of like about the Easy SMX. So
I don't know. It's Yeah, do I have my phone around here? Let's see.
I'm interested in what you're saying though, because I mean, I'm not really into like these kind of telescopic controllers, but I really like micro switches, and you keep saying it's like a half micro switch, half rubber membrane.
It is, and so it's like the Razer Kishi Ultra is kind of the ultimate hybrid.
I actually love that controller, but it's such a hard controller to recommend because sometimes I'm featuring a tablet with it that actually costs less than the actual controller.
Right?
I'm like, how does that work?
I don't know.
It is a very nice controller. It's just the price is insane on it.
I don't have it immediately available, but anyways, yeah, so it is that style. And Josh, so this might be up your alley. And some people who like micro switch buttons and prefer that over rubber membrane, these feel super solid, and no complaints there. It's just, yeah, just not my favorite style. That's all. But in my testing with these, you know, I haven't found. Let's see, do I have some of Rob's games on here that he got me to get? Retro City Rampage. Does that use a controller, Rob?
Yes.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, all those games have full controller support, so they're a great option. You know, if you have one of the telescopic controllers or Android-based handheld, you know, things like that.
This game is a parody. I haven't played this game in years. I think I played it for PS3 the first time. Yeah, I think I have to pull my case off
I have that game on multiple platforms and all that stuff.
See, I need the purple because look, I have the purple phone. So I need the purple controller. The Samsung S24 Plus. Oh, so there we go. Oh, it has vibration. And it is nice to know then this is Bluetooth. And so does it have pass-through charging? That was the question that I had.
Yeah, for what it said on the box, does that mean that it has a battery inside? Or you're saying it's pass-through charging?
Oh,
that's
so
what I'm wondering.
It might be like the absolute situation where it uses Bluetooth to trick the device into thinking it's got like an Xbox controller attached to it. So like Call of Duty Mobile. Things like
that must be what it is because I don't see any information about a battery on here. I haven't played this in years, Rob, so don't make fun of me too much.
I love this game. It's very humorous. It's just a fun game to play through. Some of the missions are just hilarious. It just
Hey, achievement unlocked. Uh-oh.
What did you do? Oh yeah, you broke the law. Good job.
Yeah, I guess I'm not supposed to run people over. It's like GTA.
Proceeds to run more people over.
Oh no.
Oh,
we almost got one out of you.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do there.
Cops are after me.
How does the D-pad feel?
Okay, so D-pad, also micro switch. I mean, it feels very accurate. It has a small pivot. But I mean, you can feel each of the directions very clearly. And it's a comfortable controller. Like the ergonomics are very nice on this. Same thing with the M15. Gritty back, nice plastic. Another one in the description if you're interested. What does this retail for, Sony? $49.99, so you can get it on Amazon.
That's not too bad. That's in the ballpark.
We might have a coupon too. I'll add it if so. I don't think we do, but I'll double check. And let's see. I want to double check. Is there a battery? Is there any information on this? Otherwise, no, there's no markings. There's nothing on it. Let's see.
Yeah,
do we have...
It's definitely fairly priced.
Look at this. This is so funny. Let's see. Pull this over here. Yeah, it has the USB cable like sticking out.
It's a weird place for it.
Yeah, what in the world? Oh, that's funny.
That is a pretty weird location for it.
Let's see if it has pass-through charging though. Okay, so I don't see.
Producer Sony's on point with those gifts, by the way.
He is, yeah. It says USB charging. Yeah. Okay. But I don't see the little lightning symbol. I don't think it's pass-through charging. All right. But if you wanted to connect it to Bluetooth, I'm not seeing like a connect button for that, and so I think I have to get the instructions out. I don't know how
instructions.
I don't know how deep we want to get into. I don't want to make like a full review today or anything on this thing, but okay. So there is function plus turbo apparently. Okay.
Okay, so it's got like some combination where you can trigger it.
Yeah.
It very much reminds me of the S9.
So
which
it
I've
shows
actually
up,
been enjoying a little bit more lately, just because I have a tablet here that I'm gonna be talking about on my channel a little bit.
It shows up as an Xbox controller, by the way.
That's exactly what you want. Yeah, so
cool.
that's
and it prompts Game Pass, so that's pretty
cool.
nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, and does it? And yeah, it works. So
yeah, and that's going to be useful for games like Call of Duty Mobile.
okay, all right. Not a bad for the price point, man. Not bad. If you like micro switches, hey, I mean, you cannot go wrong with this.
I do agree with you, Tech Dweeb. It drives me insane because I have to constantly remember different combinations.
Yeah, like what I keep the manuals around for these because
yeah, I also do. I have to
search for it.
I like that on the 8-bit Duo. I think if you take out the batteries for them, it actually has the combinations in the battery compartment, which I think is super smart. Like I very much appreciate.
I remember seeing that. Yes, that's a very nice touch because I will never forget all these combinations.
Yep.
It's just too much.
Next, do you want to see the latest from Gamesir? We have the Gamesir G7 HE Iron Man edition, and this one you can only buy on their website right now. But I do have that linked as well. Get my knife out. Ooh. All right, let's get the chill mode going. Ooh, red cable. Gamesir always knocks it out of the park with their cables. Look at this.
Braided. That looks awesome.
Really
They have
nice.
definitely stepped it up quite a bit, especially this year in terms of just overall quality and things like that. It's just they've definitely come a long way. I remember some of their earlier stuff, and it was like, okay, but you could see the progression there.
It's fun. Ooh. Okay. So I've been using a similar controller lately called this is the T7 they had sent over as well. This is a wired controller, but my wife and I have been using this with Borderlands 3, just wired up to a laptop, and it's been becoming the daily driver for her. She took this controller from me. This is her controller now. But it's been really nice. And so this is a similar kind of style. This is also a wired Xbox controller here, but it has, of course, just the Iron Man theming. It has a glossy front. D-pad is the kind of micro switch clicky that I really enjoy. Like that's the style that feels really good to me. It feels like the Xbox like Elite, style.
What are the symbols on that D-pad? I see like a plus and a minus, and
it's like plus minus. So these must be like hotkeys, perhaps, or something with the Gamesir software that you could interact with. But look at those face buttons. The face buttons are gorgeous. Oh, I really like the coloring on that. Oh, it's got that hybrid micro switch. So this is similar to the Easy SMX and the XPlode. But, I love the grit on the triggers. Oh, that feels good.
Oh, and that's nice. Just like the series controllers.
Yeah, right. And you have M1 and M2. I mean, this is an Xbox controller through and through. Gamesir quality. You get your Hall sticks. A nice big joysticks. Okay, Gamesir, I see what you're doing.
The color is very striking. It's
I see
really
you cooking.
stands out.
I kind of wish the analog sticks were the gold, though. That would look awesome.
That would be the next touch. Let's get some gold Stubbs nubs on there. Also, we have from Gamesir this week the Aniba controller, which is it's a G7 SE bundle. So it's a wired controller as well for Xbox. And let's see what this one has to offer. I love these wired controllers for specific use cases, mainly because you're going to get the lowest latency possible for your gaming. If you're going to be right in front of your device, for instance, for me, like been doing the treadmill, the recumbent bike thing, like just having a controller right there, might as well just plug it in and not deal with batteries. I don't like the batteries dying in the middle of getting the workout on. But as far as using this with an actual Xbox itself, I probably will never do that because that is across the room from me, and I'm not going to stretch this cord across the room and have the kids or the dog or anyone, trip over it. So for me, I'm going to use this for PC gaming, which it is excellent at. You can get some companion software. And look at this, though. Look at this Amoeba. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's fun. Look at that. Josh, what do you think about this one?
I like this one. I mean, it's got that indigo vibe to it.
It's a fun one.
Fun. So this is the exact same controller, just different. Oh, but wait a minute. No. This uses my preferred. This is mushy rubber membrane D-pad.
Wait, there's like some design on the D-pad itself. What markings do they have on there?
Same markings. So yeah, we have the same
thing. Yeah, that's interesting.
Same marking. So interesting. So, and this is mushy rubber membrane face buttons and D-pad. So this is the one for me. Yeah, this is. Ooh, I'm gonna plug this bad boy in and do some Halls of Torment with this. Oh, that's good. And of course, you get your D-pad.
Their branding is interesting. Who they're working with, it's kind of fascinating.
Amoeba. What is Amoeba? Is this like an aquatic team?
Marketplace for games.
Marketplace for games. Okay, I was like, it was like. Is it like an aquatic
Steam,
center?
Things like that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Not an aquatic center.
Well, I don't know, Rob. I don't know what's going on with the kids these days, but you can disable your M1 and M2.
Oh, that's an awesome feature because I don't use macro buttons. They're useless to me. That's
right. So it just
awesome thing.
Turns them off, which is nice. Where's your controller at, G2A? Amoeba. This controller
I'm waiting for the Green Man gaming version.
Oh, this is really nice, guys. This is up my alley. That's very comfortable. This one I might.
Chat is suggesting you make sure that your kids don't drop it in the toilet.
Yes. Please let my kids know. Please stop
flushing things down the toilet, except for poop. Poop goes down.
Well, the new rule for the toilet is because we asked him, like, dude. Why'd you flush it? And he's like, oh, I didn't mean to. It went down with my poo. Well, yeah, but the new rule is we don't take things into the bathroom that are smaller than your cranium, kid. So
I take my Retroid Pocket Mini to the toilet.
No, that's gonna go, dude. That's gonna flush down the toilet.
I mean, there's always like a risk of that.
So Amoeba. Okay, I'll have to check out what Amoeba's all about. But I like that this is also has a matte plastic finish, a cord different from this glossiness. So this one, yes, this is a recommend for me. This one personally, it looks really cool and everything, but I might send this one to ban or might give it away. We'll see. But speaking of like branded partnerships, I figure we should throw a surprise in the mix today because I got this and I haven't touched it or opened it yet. So I ordered this off eBay directly from Japan. This is from Hori. It's their new collaboration with Valve to make a Steam controller. And I have not watched content on this yet, so I don't know what is with it. But I figured let's also compare it because lately I've been loving this. I've been loving the Ghoulie kit. I've been loving the Gamesir. And I've been really loving the Tarantula. Oh, yeah.
Isn't it crazy how many
so good
controller options there are out there? And how many of them are actually solid nowadays, too?
We're going to become a controller channel. There's just too many. And it's too many to talk about in the podcast, too. Like, this whole podcast today is just controllers. Oops, all controllers, basically.
I almost pulled the trigger on picking one of these up and importing it.
It's so... Oh. I don't know. I paid...
Whoa, hold on.
What?
They have a Hulk edition of the G8 Plus.
Oh, what? Whoa. Stop the show. Whoa.
If you're in chat, have you seen this controller?
Ban. Zoo.
And look at the buttons too.
Oh. What? We just discovered the greatest thing ever. Oh, wow.
Oh.
How have we not seen or heard about this?
Oh, dude. Oh, look at those face buttons, dude. Look
I
at
think
the face
Ben just
buttons.
ordered like 10 of them right now.
Look at the face buttons, dude. Look at the red. And the
What is
green.
that text like next to the right analog stick? Is a big guy. What is that?
Oh, it
Big
says
guy.
Oh, big.
Big guy. Like the Winx fly that calls cream cakes. Smash. Big guy. This is rad, man. This is I gotta talk to our rep. Like what's
going on?
Why don't we get a briefing about this? Wait, well, look at that one.
There's
Look
also
at
a Thanos edition as well.
Look at the Thanos. What's going on with that?
Oh, the Thanos one looks awesome.
Oh,
Look at that analog stick.
I want to say little guy on it instead.
Dude, this has your gold joystick you were looking for.
That looks awesome.
Oh,
That's what I would get.
2 different colors. Oh,
Look at the face buttons.
And he's snapping.
Oh,
Very cool.
Oh wait,
Oh,
the face buttons are different colors too, like for the Stubbs.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
This is a really well thought out one. I like this one a lot.
You can't throw this at me in the middle of my Steam Deck,
I know.
Steam controller unboxing.
I see our producer scrolling through it. I'm like, what is that green controller at the top?
Hori's really gonna have to bring it in spades here because and by the way, everybody, if you were interested in the other controllers I was looking at, here is the prices for those. So yes, the G7 Iron Man is $60 USD from the Gamesir website. The other controllers I was looking at are all available on Amazon in the and they're around $40 price range. So I think we have a $40 and a $45. There's the blue one right there, Sony. Scroll down a little bit.
That blue one is nice. I like it.
Looks like $35 for the blue, which it's great. Big fan of that one. And then the G7 Aneba is, I think, also on here.
I will say though, Gamesir is the Anbernic of controllers. Though I can't keep up with how much stuff.
I know, so good. And the Nova was a solid pick too. I think it was on the first page. Anyways, I think that one was around $45. So looking at the Steam controller. Now, the last Steam controller, I have one here.
Oh, you have one. Cool.
Yes, so I can compare it against the original. So I got the black, or I guess they call it midnight. I don't know what this is, but it looks black to my eyes. And just, oh. Ew.
Wow, I wish we had your face on screen. I'm laughing because I just saw the reaction.
These face buttons are
they sound terrible.
Oh, they sound very bad. Ah.
This is a disappointment right out the gate. Okay, let's see what else we got going on. Let's
see, this is why I'm glad that you're more impulsive than I am, and
yeah,
I just let you buy things for me.
Well, I mean, I took a few months off there where you were really pulling
That's
it in.
true. I own an E5, so I can't really.
Oh, the D-pad is not good. Oh no, it's so like, squishy. There's no freaking pivot.
There's barely any movement on that thing.
Oh no. So I haven't used Hori stuff before too much in the past, and so I just don't have a baseline of what their general their quality. Those caps these are so loud. Okay, listen to these buttons, everybody. Listen out loud. That
yuck.
I don't. Okay, maybe the shoulder buttons maybe can redeem us here. I like the Steam logo though. So far, I like the Steam logo.
I think that's the best feature.
That's the best. I mean, the ergonomics aren't too bad. Oh, you have paddles. I like the paddles. Oh, what's this? What's that do? What's this say? Wired only.
Hair triggers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you got the different.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Different styles. Let's try the shoulders. Glossy style. Well, no, those are matte, but nothing to write home about. L1 and R1 are feel okay. A little squishy. A little. They're responsive. They're good. Oh, this is like putting my fingers in 2 bags of sand. Oh. Wait a minute. Did I just mess it up? That can't be how low they go. Like, those have to depress more, right? This is to adjust. Oh. Oh, that makes it even worse. Wait, hold on. What am I doing here? Guys, they flubbed it. Oh, no. Okay, so the Hori controller, unfortunately, I was really excited for this. I imported this and everything. Like, I I did the brand. I got, you know what? I got hyped up from the branding, and I said, okay, here we go. Valve backed this. Valve play tested this. Valve approved this. Well, we have some good ones today. We have some not so great ones. Because let me tell you, this is why this is disappointing. Buying this retail, it'll be what, $40, $50? I paid like $80. You can get it on eBay for $80. Yeah, the whole thing all the way around is kind of a miss for me. Ugh. It sucks because I really am a fan of the original Steam controller. I thought this was a cool idea. I have 2 of these. I liked it so much. You have this honkin' joystick. You have these haptic-based.
It's so funny because nobody wanted those controllers, and I remember I picked one up when they had like a fire sale on them, basically.
Yeah, but the ergonomics on this are next level.
It's like, a cool concept.
Super comfortable, and yeah, if you can get used to everything being haptic-based, you know, they iterated on this and released the Steam Deck and the Valve Index, but yeah, I still love this controller. I think this is a well-made, cool idea. I don't use it a ton these days just because, you know, for modern gaming, sometimes it makes more sense just to use one of these new fancies. But yeah, this has nice triggers, nice shoulders. Hori, this is so mushy and just like a swamp feeling. I don't know. What do we got up here? All right.
Hori can be very hit or miss with the controllers, in my own personal experience.
This is like that Mad Catz controller you have your friend or maybe your kids use so they don't mess up your main one. That's my take on that.
It's like a Mad Catz controller.
It is like a Mad Catz quality, unfortunately.
You give that one to the friend that you don't kind of like, you know, but you
yeah,
don't like the good stuff.
It's a kind of a bummer. Okay, so we do have a dongle here, so it looks like it does 2.4. You know, I'll mess with it in games and stuff, but yeah.
Does that dongle have a space to store it, or they just came in the box and you're gonna lose it in like a week?
Yeah, no, it looks like they expect you to store it somewhere, so we have to rubber band it. All right. I was really hyped to unbox that. Huh. Okay, so I would say Aniba. I would say Tarantula. These are my recommends. I would say
my mind is still
micro switch
by the face buttons that switch over with the gear on the Tarantula. That was
isn't that cool? Isn't that nuts? So I would say these 3, and especially that new G8 Plus with the new colorways. All recommends, all good. And then lastly, this segues us to the last thing before we talk to our buddy here. Ghoulie Kit King Kong Max 3. This thing has been a delight. It's one of my absolute favorites of the year. I've liked almost every iteration they've done for this line. The only complaint I've had is that you get some grinding on the sides. So when you're pivoting hard along the edges, you get a little bit of joystick grind, and that stuff drives me insane for like OCD. And so what I've done is you can pick these up for a few bucks on Amazon. These are just joystick protectors, and they're basically rubber bands. And what they'll do is they're very thin. They fit over different sizes of joysticks. And what they do is they'll soften a little bit so you don't get the grind. And so now when you pivot it, smooth as butter. And so that fixed my one complaint with this controller. That, and you got a little bit too sensitive L1 and R1, which imagine as I start to use it even more, it should feel more like my other King Kong 3 Max, the white unit. So, but this is hot. So this is the SNES style colorway. Just love this one. Been using this one for a lot of today while I was playtesting some new Vampire Survivor clones. And we're going to be giving this away. So I said, last week that we would announce a winner. And we're going to be pairing it with the Ghoulie Kit SNES stock.
Whoa, that looks awesome.
Yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. And this in itself, you know what? This is really cool for all of your Windows handhelds, for your Android handhelds, and you have this that pulls out. So this will be a cool bundle for somebody who picks it up. But let me see who I had here. Give me 1 second. Make a nice, long, dramatic. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Play the Jeopardy music right now if we could. Actually, no, we'll get a copyright strike. Definitely do not play the Jeopardy music.
Is that the winner that just popped up on the bottom left of the screen?
Which one?
Winner of bundle, Grimlock.
Grimlock, Leo Kaiser. Hey, congratulations. Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Congrats, Grimlock. All right. All right, everyone give a big round of applause to Grimlock, the winner of the bundle, Leo Kaiser. You have won. Please contact me on Discord, and I will send you these bad boys here.
That's stern but fair.
Okay, so this is sweet. This is my favorite controller, and I chose this, and this is from the AKNES store. Check them out. They have a great Discord and very helpful folks. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and mail this and this bad boy to you. AKNES will be mailing to you, so please let me know your address, and I'll pass that along. Whew, and we'll be doing more giveaways, so stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned. Yes, golf clap. We have a cat. So next on today's agenda, we have this cat.
This cat.
I'm just going to awkwardly leave it on you here, Josh.
Perfect.
So, dude, you have been in the YouTube game for what? A couple years now, right?
I think it's like 3 or 4 years.
Dang. Yeah, so you're at, let's go check out your channel. Pull it up. You're rocking over there at ScatteredBrain, right?
Yep, that's it. That's me.
And you and I were chatting a little bit. I think, was it Russ who ran into you at New York Comic Con or some?
No, it was Too Many Games.
Too Many Games. Okay.
In Pennsylvania. Yeah.
In Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah, we were both waiting in line to say hi to Wolfden, Bob, and he was just behind me. We just started chatting a lot, and that's how we got connected.
Nice. Okay. And then Russ, I know, hit me up. I'm like, hey, great podcast guest. And I've been following you ever since and checking out your content. I just watched your Absolute handheld review video today, Absolute 1. And I blame you for this, but I then went on a internet dive, like looking at, okay, do I need another streaming handheld in my life? Do I want this, the G Cloud, the PS Portal? Might as well get the 30th anniversary PS Portal while I'm at it. And then I closed the browser window and I said, oh, those YouTubers got me again. But it was a really good review. And like, I know in your review, you said at the end, hey, I'm not even going to do streaming. I'm going to go back to my dedicated handhelds. But you still highlighted it in a way that I was like, oh, the Absolute 1, it really does look awesome. And apparently the latency is better on that than the G Cloud I'm reading as well. I saw some other reviews talking about that. And so I'm like, maybe I really overlooked that, but it was terrible for emulation. And so... Yeah, and so I was like, there's no point. But if you really are into streaming, apparently it's just a really good one, right? So,
yeah, I think for cloud gaming, it was really solid. Like, I never tried the like NVIDIA GeForce Now, and I had a really, really great experience with it when I wasn't playing an Ubisoft game. It didn't work for any Ubisoft games for me for some reason. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool device. Just really impressed with how insanely thin it is.
Yeah, right. I remember I had one briefly, but yeah, your video made me be like, okay, maybe I should look at that again. So it was fun. I like your art style and just your videos vibes in general. You're closing in at, dude, you got to celebrate your 15K like tomorrow.
Pretty close, yeah.
14.9K,
We're getting there.
74 videos. Check out at ScatteredBrain. Just a really fun content creator. And I also watched your ROG Ally X video. That was fun too, man.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a fun one to make also, because that's my daily driver now is the Ally X. Like that is just my video title. It's the peak of handheld gaming for me. Like it is just such a solid device. I love it.
So I don't really know you otherwise though. Like what got you into all this? Like what's your real quick, like what's your TLDR story on all this stuff?
So I think I just accidentally came across like these emulation handhelds. Like my first one was the 351M from Anbernic, and I loved just the metal shell. I was like, wow, I can't believe this is so premium. Because even before that, I've been into like handheld emulation for a long time. Like since the PSP came out, like that was my first emulation handheld. And then there's like this dormant period where I was really into like iPhone jailbreaking and stuff like that. And then I came across the 351M, and I was like, wow, I used to do this all the time. And then I discovered that there's tons of devices, and it was during COVID, and I just started ordering a lot of them. And people said to me like, hey, you've got all these devices. What are you going to do with them? And I was like, maybe I should make a YouTube channel for it. And that just fueled me buying more. But at least I have a space for it now. Like at least there's a reason I'm doing it. It's not just stockpiling in my closet.
Yeah. You're not like, oh, I'm going to be rich off these handhelds. I'm going to become a big YouTuber and all that. It's you're doing it for the passion of the hobby, getting into it. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
The passion of the hobby, you're sharing something that you enjoy, and many others enjoy it too. That's the crazy thing when you find that out. It's like, wow, there's a big audience for this,
Yeah, and I didn't even know that at first. I was just like, I don't know, I'll just take I went to school for film. I'm not doing film in like my real life. So I was like, how do I take that thing of film that I like, the technology side of things, and merge it together? And YouTube was the answer.
That's so good to hear. Yeah. And so you've been on here for a while now. Tech Leap says, I did it for the riches. I don't know what you're all talking about. I did it for the riches. So what's like the next big thing you're going to be doing here? Are you sticking to mainly emulation handhelds? I see you kind of dipping into, first party stuff. Even see you have a MIG switch cart video on your channel, which is dangerous. How is that still up too? That's crazy.
I don't know, because the whole my whole approach for that was like I kind of got it a little bit late. There was a whole thing about like it not even showing up, and I had to order it off AliExpress. And my whole thing was like, I wonder if I can just get banned using it. Like I just tried everything to try to get banned on it. I used 2 switch lights that were kind of a little bit semi-broken, and I was like, what if I just use the the MIG switch and a real card at the same time, and what will happen? And I didn't get banned, but I wouldn't recommend it. So that was a fun kind of way to just not just talk about how this thing is kind of sketchy.
That's kind of, it sucks because that takes away a lot of like some of the fun with YouTube. Is like you're experimenting and you're sharing your findings with the world, and we're losing some of that because of obviously some of the issues that we've had recently. But yeah, you love seeing that kind of stuff. It's just fun for the team.
Yeah, it was a fun way to like explore it, like tell a story about how I tried to get banned and I didn't. Luckily.
You've had no repercussions from this, which is incredible. You've not been banned. Your video is still up. Do
you feature any Nintendo stuff in there, or like actual Nintendo games?
I do. I was testing out Animal Crossing. I was testing out Mario Kart 8. I think I had like some other like non-Nintendo games, but like I featured those because those are like, if something is going to get you banned, it's going to be those. It was fine.
It's just crazy because poor Russ, because the thing is, like, if you go on YouTube, there's so many videos, tons of videos about all this stuff. It's like, what's going on?
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no repercussions that we know of. Like, I guess they could take that video down any moment. So don't tell Nintendo.
We're actually going to delete this entire section out. So
you got to delete.
You'll never hear about it again.
Guys, okay, all right. So we have a couple questions for you too from the from the crowd here. I know Michael Benny had one too. Where did Michael Benny's go? It's at the very start of the stream. Did I not start it? Ah. Oh no, nerdy by example. Sorry, this question actually is for me. Yeah, wanted to ask me what happened to my device shelf. Oh, so I didn't even mention. Yeah, I didn't even prepare that today. Today's been crazy. My devices are all in cases right now. I got tired of the dust in between podcast shows or when I'm displaying them for videos. I have had them up for months and I've been dusting them here and there, but I got a little behind and I'm like, this is driving me crazy. I don't want to get dust in the joysticks. So I put them all into cases and I've been trying to organize them. But what you see here is my like half organized state. And basically I'm redoing that whole situation. It's under construction. So more to come. And I'm going to pick like 5 or something to have on display. So it's all a mess. We'll get into that. Don't pay attention to the wizard behind the curtain. Okay. Yeah. But if you have any questions for ScatteredBrain, Josh, you've been in the scene for a while now. Drop it into live chat right now. Let's get some questions going. I know Zoo's going to want to ask what your favorite butt rock band is because I got to know too.
My favorite what?
Your favorite butt rock
Throws
band.
everybody off.
I don't even know what that means.
It's like Nickelback, it's like early 2000s alternative rock, like Chevelle.
Okay.
Like,
I never heard of that term.
This is a question that we ask every guest now. Zoo normally asks it. Normally we ask why you're like this. We ask what's your favorite butt rock band. These are standard questions. We ask what 3 handhelds would which one would you keep forever? Which one would you spend one night with? Which one would you delete from existence?
I like that one.
Okay.
I have to think about the band. I mean, I'm very into the...
Here, so butt rock is a style of hard rock and heavy metal music that is watered down both musically and lyrically to garner maximum radio play and mainstream acceptance. Lyrical themes are drawn from put-on tough guy bro persona and include being a badass,
Don't keep reading.
Being betrayed or alone. Image-wise, butt rock bands typically consist of guys in their mid-30s with spiky hair, affliction t-shirts, and bad tattoos, usually barbed wire or tribal. The typical fan emulates this fashion style and exhibits what are manly personality traits, such as frequently drinking energy drinks, being named Kyle, I imagine, driving an unnecessarily large truck, and otherwise overcompensating for insecurity in their masculinity. They also tend to have, this is just describing Zoo, they also tend to have a superficial knowledge of metal music, being familiar only with bands that receive regular radio rotation. Examples of dark bands include Five Finger Death Punch, 3 Days Grace, Buckcherry, Nickelback, Disturbed, 3 Doors Down, and Creed.
Well, I feel offended by the inclusion of Disturbed. I wouldn't say like I'm a huge Disturbed fan, but I like my share of Disturbed. So
your answer is
Disturbed.
That is my answer. There you go.
Sound of Silence. The great cover song. They did a great cover of that song. Let me tell you.
They definitely did. Can't go wrong with Down with the Sickness. Like that's a
Down with the Sickness,
messed up song, but it's a great song.
Have you heard the Richard Cheese version, the jazz rendition?
I have. That version is great.
Yeah, you have.
Of course I have.
Mother gets up and she gets down with the sickness. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I don't know why Disturbed is on there. I think they're a solid band.
Yeah, they're not watered down. I know. It's just a funny question that gets asked sometimes.
I like it.
Let me ask you another one. What 3 handhelds, adore, keep, delete, we call this segment. So what handheld would you keep for just one night till the battery runs dry? You have to give it back. Which handheld would you delete from existence? And which one would you marry forever, take on a desert island? You're one and done.
One and done right now? I think that's the easiest one for me because I really like the Odin 2 Mini. I think that is nice. That is a great handheld. That's an easy one. That feels like the perfect handheld for me right now, although maybe Retroid will change my mind about that.
We'll see. You like the mini LED life, huh?
Yeah, I do. I mean, give me like the brightest, just contrasty, saturated screen. I love it.
It is good for that. Has yours been getting hot? How's the weight balance? Because those are my big 2 complaints on that one.
I haven't really had any like heat problems. I also don't like run it at like the max performance
Right.
or anything like that. So it's probably helping a bit. Also, I wouldn't say like I use it for like extended periods of time. Like I'm not playing for like 4 hours straight. I'm also not playing like Genshin Impact where it's gonna like kill the device.
Did I accidentally say marry a handheld?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I thought that was the question.
That was F Mary Kill. I was mixing the two. Guys, I need to get some sleep.
It's okay. You also almost said another word on live. So
Oh man.
glad it didn't happen.
Trying not to get us canceled today. I'm sorry, everybody. But yeah, okay, sorry. Good answer. The Odin 2, the mini is super solid, and you got that 8 Gen 2 in there, and
which is still a beast. It's still just crazy good.
So you guys are getting married, huh?
I would marry it. Hell yeah.
Are you currently married?
I'm not, but maybe AYN's the one.
Well, it is what stands for AYN. All you need. It is the name of the company, so it would work for this.
It might be. Yeah.
It reminds me of that TLC episode. You know, person's in love with their car. Have you seen this?
Oh yes, I have.
You know, they're the my obsession, my favorite obsession, something like that. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, what handle would you delete from existence?
What did I delete from existence? How about that data frog?
The data, really? What about that? So you're not even gonna buy the SF3000 right now?
There's not a chance in the world.
I'm so glad you picked
You have
that
every Ayaneo handheld. Like, what's $30? Come on. A little e-waste. Get a little e-waste in your life.
I just don't need it. Maybe like a real choice of like a handheld that I actually own and have used is like, I think the very first Ayaneo that I bought, actually, I really hated it. I had the Ayaneo Air. It was like the one that has like the 4500U.
Yeah.
And it was my first Windows handheld, and I like really expected a lot from it. And I was really disappointed. Like that was my whole review, is that I was really disappointed by how insanely hot it got, how like the graphics like glitched all the time. Like I just felt like I had a terrible experience. I mean, most of it was because of Windows, to be fair, but you know, I just had such high expectations from it, and I didn't like it. So maybe that's the real one.
Man, no, I think your original answer is correct, though. I feel like the Data Frog SF2000. Yeah, I mean,
that just shouldn't exist.
Yeah, the screen tearing, but all the memes we got, and just the beloved frog community, all the frog emojis in our Discord that we've gained from this. Let's really think about what's important here. But that's fair. Okay, man. So, what one handheld though do you just want to cuddle with for a night? Did I say cuddle?
You did.
I think I know what Josh is gonna pick.
What do you think I'm gonna pick? I have my answer, but I'm curious what you're gonna say.
I think it's gonna be that one Ayaneo device.
The Ayaneo cone.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice, right? Just like
now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, I was actually going to say the Ayaneo slide. Like,
okay,
that is like, I don't know, that one, like, as much as I like it, it's like, yeah, if there was one to use until the battery dies and call it quits, I guess that's the one. I really like the slide. I think that's a solid device.
What happened to
what's going on down there?
Stubbs?
You said the Ayaneo slide, so I slowed my way off. Slowed my way off the chair.
You slowed your way up.
I slid in. I slided the chair.
Oh no!
I slid away.
You can add one to the books there.
You talking about that Boyham over there, Troy?
Boyham is garbage. I agree with that.
You talking trash about my boy, Tom?
No.
The R40S is a delight. It is art. I actually haven't used it. I don't know. The R36S is pretty nice looking. Okay, that's fair. These are good answers. I like these answers. We'll add that to the database. Yeah, I know everyone's upset about my shelf. Yeah, so it's under construction, everybody. I'm really sorry. I have all my handhelds still. Not like
It looks like you got robbed.
Yeah, I was yesterday. I was organizing. So they're all in cases now, dust free, mind you. Did I buy $42 cases off Amazon of the cheapest quality just to not have dust on my handhelds? They still fit in the little pegs even. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Dust is my enemy. My one true nemesis in this household.
That's fair.
So Josh, I don't know when you're getting married. I don't know what the love life's looking like, but let's find some candidates out there for you. So everybody, please recommend to Josh if you have a friend, someone that's not a handheld, because I'm worried about Josh. What with his my stream
I'll keep dating around handhelds. Yeah.
All right, I'm not here to make any judgments. I'm just saying, maybe when Zoo and I helped a young couple at the barcade at CES last year, and
help is the word I use.
Yeah, it was a little chaotic. We attempted to help. And are we the love doctors? Not legally. So we'll meet about that next show. And we also got to challenge you at Celeste next time as well.
I'm down, yeah. I got to practice, but I'm down.
Yeah, it's just not right to do it without band. We have to have band.
We do.
To do that.
Yeah, we really do. So, man, so everybody check out @ScatteredBrain on YouTube, on all your socials. And I found you and connected with you on this new website called Blue Sky, which is a Twitter alternative. I'm new to it, but it is awesome. It's like chill as hell. People are really nice there. There's no advertisements. And so if you're looking for a nice alternative to Twitter, we're on Threads, which is okay too, but I really like that Blue Sky. I'm finding some really unique content and people on there. So
yeah, it's great there. I like it a lot.
So find Josh there @ScatteredBrain on YouTube, Blue Sky. I think I saw you on Instagram.
Yeah, there's the Instagram. It's not really active, but it exists because I'll plug the other thing. I also make and sell enamel pins. That's what the ScatteredBrain.io goes to.
Wait, what? We got to look at these pins. ScatteredBrain.io.
Yeah. So I actually go to San Diego Comic-Con every year, and I sell these enamel pins.
What?
And I sell modded Game Boys.
What?
Oh, some of these are great.
You sell modded Game Boys too?
I do. Yeah.
Check this out, everybody.
So I got some
pins.
video game pins and movie pins and
Frank the Bunny from Donnie Darko. That is a sweet pin.
The eyes and the mouth glow in the dark for that one. So that one's pretty fun.
Can you do a little Stubbs nubs?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
The spiky one.
These are really high quality pins. Oh, I like the blue. Don't get me into a new hobby. Don't.
I have too many collections. I collect handhelds. I collect movies. I collect pins, and I also make pins.
Do you collect Pogs?
I used to collect Pogs. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that Pog. I want to bring that Pog back. Oh, you have the Aku from Crash Bandicoot.
I do. Yeah. Got both variants. The gold one
Portal.
and the standard one.
How do you make these?
I design them. I actually use my iPad, and I design everything on the iPad, and then I ship them off to a company that manufactures them. So it's a pretty cool process because you can't just draw anything. You have to consider it's almost like a coloring book. You have to really consider how they're going to fill in the colors, and what's really hard is color matching it because you got to use Pantone colors. So you guys were talking about picking up swatches. I look at Pantone colors a lot for these.
So do you know the difference between purple and indigo?
I would be lying if I said I knew the Pantone difference.
But you can tell the difference.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Do you want to swap eyeballs? Or you can keep your eyeball.
We trade one eyeball each.
Yeah, let's each trade one. You close one eye, I can see the difference. I close the other eye, get some other special power.
I think that's fair. I'd be happy to do that.
All right. That sounds good. These
are like Minority Report.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I don't like the surgery part of this though. I'm big on it. A lot of eye stuff going around. All my kids have pink eye right now. Don't even get me started. Well, if you have my dog's eye was messed up. She's all over the place, scratching around and getting stuff dirty. And then my kids are, everybody's eyes are messed up now. I can't see purple anymore. It's a real problem. So check out Josh's pins, scatteredbrain.io, and check out the channel. Josh, we'll have to have you back on soon, man. And we're going to wrap up the show with that. Any last things you wanted to let people know about projects you're up to? What's next?
What is next? I think, well, I've got the Retroid that we just looked at, so I know that I want to do a video on that. I have the Ayaneo Pocket Micro Pocket, whatever it's called, and I really want to make a video on that. So those will probably be the next few things.
Sorry, I cut out there. Say it one more time.
Oh, the Ayaneo Pocket Micro and
the Micro, yes.
The Retroid, which we just looked at. I gotta get those videos out pretty quick, and I've got a few other things kind of cooking in the background. So
you got to get that content grind. Get that content grind going. The Micro's nice. I don't want to again color your review or anything, but it's nice. But the RP Mini, that screen.
I know. I think the problem is that I got the Mini. And I don't even know if I'll do the Micro now. Like, I think.
Well, it's good to compare them at least. You know, like, hey, people want to know like this. They're at the same price point, right? So at least, what's the value in each at their price point?
Yep.
And they're different. They're different ratio screens. So it's not all the way. It's just the IPS versus that OLED. It's such a tough thing. In the screen,
that's what's coming up.
Well, cool, man. Thanks for coming on the show. And thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay in the know with all of your favorite retro handhelds. And a special thanks again to our channel members, patrons, and subs for making everything we do here possible. Perks with RH start for as little as $3 a month. And join us in our Discord to chat and play games. And of course, join me on the next episode with Rob and Ban, who's going to be back. Hopefully his back is good to go by then. Next week, where we're going to be having on, let me see. We're just going to be having the love between the three hosts. We were going to have ET Land XOXO on, but she needed to move to the end of November. And so, we're just going to have just the three of us chit-chatting, going crazy, maybe do some more Celeste. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, everybody. But until then, this has been Stubbs on behalf of ScatteredBrain, Josh, Rob, the Retro Tech Dad, and myself saying, take care of those handhelds, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
And each other.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.